Here I am with AlphaOmegaSin. For a long time, people have been asking me to do an apartment tour, and I figured no better person to show all my garbage to than this guy right here. So
we're dumpster diving into electronic goodness and a whole bunch of other wacky shit, including some really fucked up stuff by our feet, but, you know, we'll get into that.
Oh, the shit by our feet?
Oh, yeah.
Let me show you the shit by your feet. What do you have here? What is that? Tell the audience.
Well, right now, for many of you out there watching at home, I feel like this is Home Shopping Network for the depraved. We have Beat 'em and Eat 'em from Mystique. Oh, and we can go and open this up here. Ah, nice leather.
Yes. Now, do you know the story about the leather and the porn?
About the leather.
I'll tell you the story about the Atari porn games and the leather. You see the little hole here and how that's like that?
Yeah.
Well, these came with a lock and a key. So you can lock that shit up because you don't want your kids playing this game. This is only for you to play late at night by yourself. And
dude, the idea of that, because I mean, this is back in a day where everybody had like porno mag stashes. You know, it's like, oh man,
yeah.
I got some biggins and all the other
exactly.
shit. But having that and like, we don't want you to see that. No Philly flashers, and especially like those bit titties. No, oh, fucking awful. Absolutely terrible. This game though, this is my favorite out of the entire bunch.
Like the AVGN game should have came with a lock and key because there's like titties and dicks and shit.
Oh, everywhere, dude. Oh, that fucking stage is out of control. The shit that's going on in
the
that.
Atari porn stage,
yeah.
Which you get the bullshit man on that stage, by the way.
And also, the fucking dude who's tugging his shit
he's
the entire time.
He's like bouncing off of it.
Got a fucking pogo cock going on. Obviously, that's the best goddamn thing you could ever see in anything. If somebody couldn't appreciate pogo cock, you're not American. For anybody, if you're wondering, when you want to get like 6-minute abs or whatever the fuck it is, you get this motherfucker right here. This shit... I don't know who the fuck decided to drop that, but those bitches, look at her, dude. She has like no people. She's just like, ah,
look at those abs.
Like, holy shit. And look at his fucking go-go boots. Look at this shit.
Look at how realistic she is.
Yeah.
And look, he's a fucking cartoon character. He's like an R. Crumb character.
Dude, he looks like some shit out of Ren and Stimpy.
E.T. for the Atari 2600.
Oh wait, it's upside down. Fuck it. Not like being right side up was gonna make much of a difference. It's still a big hunking fucking pile of shit.
Did you have an opinion on that game at all?
I couldn't ever get anywhere in the game when I was younger.
It's so confusing,
dude,
right?
Like, when you're younger, because, I mean, we were growing up without internet. So,
Absolutely.
We're trying to go and play the games, and something like Atari, there is no strategy guide.
Yeah.
There is no fucking facts.
Well, there was an instruction manual.
Which was not explained.
Which nobody wanted to read.
No. And all we had was that. I remember we had a big cardboard box, and it was filled with two 2600s, including the Woody with all the fucking sticks
the
on
heavy
it.
sixer.
And then that, and I'm just like... How the fuck do you play it? That and Superman were the only two games where I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Those two games are very similar in that it's like, what the hell do you do? But
Indiana Jones kind of had that shit going on.
It did.
I thought Indiana Jones is a much better game because once you figure out, you're like, oh, well, some of this kind of makes sense even though it's just not explained well.
Right.
Halloween, dude, was checking out earlier. This, I think, is cool as fuck because it's like one of the earliest horror games.
At this point in time, that is my rarest Atari game. I love those movies. They are classics. So.
Except for when you put in, what is it, Coolio or fucking...
Oh, that was like Halloween...
H2O?
I was gonna say 6, but it's like H2O, I think.
Yeah. Dude, I forget. They... Whatever fucking ones that they decided it was gonna be like reality TV or some shit. And I'm just like, wow, you fucking suck.
The first movie's like a classic, and then like they go down like by Halloween 4, Halloween 5, Halloween 6. It's like,
and then Halloween 3, where the only thing I remember from 6 more days till Halloween,
Halloween, 6 more days till Halloween, Silver Shamrock, and that's where we end the video.
And that concludes the tour.
Oh, and there's goes my precious porn, my porn.
Not the porn!
My porn stash!
Fuck! And one of the best parts is we have fucking Pee Wee Herman up there, and we definitely have games about jerking your fucking dick. That right there should be said. Pee Wee Herman,
jerking your dick.
Tugging your dick to Atari games. That kind of goes hand in hand, pun intended. Boom! There we go.
Alright, so, where do you go from there? I was like, so from there I'm gonna move into Casino for the Atari 2600.
Oh, this is actually one of the games. It's what is it? The 5200 version. I think it's the one that I was checking. This game's actually cool as fuck.
Oh, that's a good one. So we moved over to my NES shelf, and he's laughing at my Godzilla.
Hold on. We have to get this this thing down.
Bring him down.
Oh yeah, it's.
He's cheap. He was like a Toys R Us.
All right, so I was laughing about this shit earlier. Okay, to begin with, he's got this whorish lipstick all over his mouth. Like he was out somewhere on a night on the town and unfortunately made some money. He's got this this fucking Burt Reynolds shit going on. But it's like
Chest
90
hair.
year. Oh yeah, but it's all scaled and shit. And his eyes are going in two completely fucking directions. And he's just like, Gary, Gary. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's just like, I was sniffing the same shit Mothra was. That bitch gets the good stuff. Dude, he turned like Mount Fuji into a fucking glory hole. He's just hanging out there, and he's just like, come on, I'm the king of all monsters. I can take it all. Like, what the fuck?
That's what
man?
made his eyes go. In
It went too deep, gag reflex activated, and all of a sudden,
he sucked off Mount Fuji and it was boom right into his fucking brain.
no wonder this motherfucker seems like he's in a good mood.
Can you tell me what series these guys are from?
Well, it's definitely Legend of Zelda.
There you go.
Hold on, what the fuck it was? What did they call this again?
Goma.
Is it?
Goma. The spider's Goma.
Goma. Okay. See, I was looking at them like.
Well, let me tell you what these are. These are Japanese Gashpon figures. These are the original Legend of Zelda toys. You know those little fucking round things that like Pokemon came in and shit?
Oh, dude, the capsule
the little
toys.
capsules?
Yeah.
That's what they came in, like capsules like that.
Dude, those things
and you
were
get
so
them,
big.
and this is one that's unpainted. They would come like that, and then you fucking paint them.
Huh.
That's what they were.
Dude, that's badass as shit.
Isn't that cool? So if you're a Zelda fan, there you go.
I like that they even got the stopwatch right there.
They got
That's
the
kinda
fucking
badass.
the watch, the fucking gel or whatever. Got your your Aquamentus, your Moblin, your Goma, your Zola, your fucking Ganon,
Your rope.
Wizrobe, your rope.
You got rope.
And you have
That
rope.
shit- yeah, rope. Mean snake? Nah, motherfucker. Rope.
All right, he's got Blades of Steel out here.
Blades of Steel. And what's weird because this is one of the few sports games that I think is absolutely amazing. And the reason I liked it, you could beat the fucking hell out of each other.
I actually did play that when I was younger, and I actually thought it was really fun.
No, and I like the voice in the beginning. Blades of Steel.
Well, that's every NES game. It's like,
Except for-
Dribble, Dribble.
Dude, the one was it? The one Sesame Street game with the Count. His voice is like super clear. Like he's just like fun, but he sounds
One,
robotic.
ah.
Yeah. He's like I'm like, man, Count, you've had one too fucking many.
That's Sesame Street ABC 1, 2, 3 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but like the Count, no, more like
Somebody-
the cunt.
We were doing a convention, and somebody yesterday brought me Sesame Street ABC 1, 2, 3 to sign. And most people that come through line, they bring us Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde,
Yep.
you know, Castlevania, Simon's Quest, Top Gun. It was the only person that ever brought me Sesame Street ABC.
I think that's
1, 2,
kinda
3.
cool,
That was
though,
awesome. Were you old enough to remember GoBots?
I actually didn't have GoBots when I
Okay.
was younger.
Yeah, Transformers though, right? Or no?
Oddly, I didn't have a lot.
Didn't
I
have
watched the show,
Transformers. Okay.
which is heresy to most people.
The whole internet's now.
No! Now, I ended up getting more into Transformers when I got older,
Later
which
on.
was
Okay.
weird because when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, so
Yeah.
they were like, okay, you can have this kind of stuff.
Speaking of that though, that's what GoBots are.
Oh, yeah,
the kids
it's
who
a
couldn't-
ripoff
The
of
kids
it.
who couldn't afford technically GoBots actually came first by
Did it?
by like a week.
Oh, we did just get out the first Mega Man game, so we can.
We all know where this is going.
That right there. This is what happens when you do a lot of drugs. So meth, not even once. Not if you're the fucking Blue Bomber himself. That's so fucking depressing.
Have you played through the Mega Man games on NES? Like,
Yeah.
what are the ones have you played them all?
I have played all of them, but I haven't beaten all of them.
Okay.
Same thing with the X series.
Do you
I
have
was trying to
do you have
catch
a
up
favorite
on.
Mega Man game?
All-time favorite Mega Man game? Am I talking about just NES?
No, all together.
Favorite one is Legends 2 on PS1.
A lot of people have opinions like, you know, like Zelda 2. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
Mega Man Legends is a game that's very much like that. A lot of people hate it, a lot of people love it. It's a very controversial
Yeah.
game. It's like
Well,
Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest.
Well,
another one.
there's polarizing opinions about tons of series that eventually, they don't stick with the same thing the entire time. So they
Right.
decide, let's try new things. And eventually everybody's like, no, that version fucking sucks.
Right.
But other people are like, no, it was actually badass.
Right.
So I can see that. But Legends, the X series, the Battle Network series, and I actually like the X series a lot.
X series like the Super Nintendo ones, or going into the PlayStation era ones, or all of them?
Oh no, Super Nintendo most definitely. Those ones are amazing. And then early on, but eventually whenever they go up into like
X7.
that shit gets it gets pretty bad. It's kind of depressing, but they're still a good series.
Anyway, so that's Mega Man there. We got Mick Kids.
Yeah, Mick Kids. You can't forget about Mick Kids, which is nothing more than a fucking advertising. This is an advertising platform for McDonald's.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually don't think it's like too horrible of a game.
Here's the thing, and James and I always have this conversation, is back when the Nerd series first started, this is one of the first, I think it's episode 6 or 7, is we were trying to think of something that would be funny. I'm like, listen, Grimace, Ronald McDonald, this is a comedy potential here, right? But the game itself is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The bad thing about the game is that it's a ripoff of Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah.
But if you get over that, it's a good game.
It is. And you know what's surprising? There's also another really good one on Sega Genesis, and I always forget the name of it.
I did a review of it, and it's right over there. You're talking about McDonald's Treasureland Adventure.
Dude,
Yes.
that one. The company that made that, didn't they?
Treasure.
Yes. Fuck, man. And you wouldn't think, like, okay, Treasure's going to make a really awesome McDonald's game.
Yeah. For a Genesis game, it is pretty damn good, especially for being a McDonald's game. It's pretty damn good. It's not like the most amazing game ever, but it's like, for what it is, it's amazing.
Yeah. See, well, that's how I
It's
count
not fucking Chrono Trigger.
Oh, no. No shit's gonna be fucking Chrono Trigger. And if it was, like, if they put out McDonald's RPG and it went up there with Chrono Trigger, I'd be like, you know what? I retire. I'm done.
Yeah, that would be the greatest game ever.
Yeah, I'd be like, holy fuck, I can't believe that. That's, like, I wanted a Shamrock Shake, and that was my limit break, and I just, 9999, fuck them up. Like, that's the good shit right there. Holy fuck, dude. That'd be so...
You know what's funny is back in the day, fucking Mick Kids, the fucking game for Genesis, Treasureland, they could do that shit back then.
And you can't do it now.
Now it's like PlayStation 4, Xbox One. They're not going to release a McDonald's game for Xbox One.
Because
like,
it was-
AAA McDonald's title.
It was so fun. Well, the last thing that
Triple
was
A Grimace coming around and like,
hey, Ronald. And
they got different like
McDonald's-
Grimace skins and shit. He's got like,
You saw the was it those 3 Burger King games on 360? They had Snake
yes.
King, the go-kart racing one. I remember when those came out, I was just like, I thought it was a joke.
Right.
I thought they were like, oh yeah, we have Burger King Xbox 360 games. I'm like, oh yeah, I bet you do. Holy fuck, they're real.
and they're real. Yeah.
And it's just like one of those things of, what? And
How
then
did that happen?
like a couple days later, they're in thrift stores and shit. And I'm just like,
Right.
but there's some people who are like, no, they're really good. I'm like, all right, you play that,
Well,
I'll play Secret of Mana.
That's the other side of the argument, I guess, is that you could say, well, good that there's no McDonald's games on PS4, you know. A lot of people
But
would
if
say
they
that.
were of that quality, I'd be like, fuck it,
But
no,
that's the
put that
thing.
shit
That's
out
what
there.
we're trying to say. It's like the McDonald's land game on the Genesis. It's pretty good.
Then, unfortunately, you have other things, kind of like Kool-Aid Man game on Atari.
There was Kool-Aid Man on.
Then
Atari,
you
yeah.
have got the Chester Cheeto game on Super Nintendo, and I
Yes.
think it's on Sega Genesis. Fuck, what other one? They had on Atari. They had one for Dog Food Company. I can't remember what the fuck it is though.
Oh, that's for 7800. You're
Is it?
thinking of fucking Dog. What's the name of it?
Dog Dick Diddly Doo.
It was called Dog Dick Diddly Doo.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, the sequel. You don't fuck with the original though.
Yeah.
No, but dude, they had that, and it's just the idea we're getting licensed products of this.
Scrapyard Dog.
Is that what it
I
is?
think it was called Scrapyard Dog.
All I know is that's fucking
You don't know how
ridiculous.
deep I had to go into my fucking.
Like you were sitting there, you were like, hold on, loading.
Yeah.
Loading. Oh god, why did I remember that?
Scrapyard Dog.
It's fun. Oh, here. Interesting story that I'll actually have about this. One, fucking love Paperboy.
Paperboy's a classic.
Paperboy is the shit. Good arcade game, good home console translation for it. I eventually traded my copy of it
Yeah.
so I could get Krang, the big suit of it. I traded for that, and my mom fucking flipped out.
Yeah.
Because she was like, that's my Paperboy. I was like, no, it's my Paperboy. I learned real quick it wasn't my Paperboy. So I had to go back to my friend. I'm like, yeah, I need I need to give this back to you so I get that.
Wasn't
Thank
it
you.
sad back in the day, trading your games? And did you ever do that?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Everybody's got that.
Dude,
story,
dude,
right?
fucking poor kid. We had to, or else it was like, you're not getting new
Not
games.
getting anything else, exactly.
So it was all sorts of.
You know
fucked
how
up.
you know how I got my Super Nintendo when I was a kid?
How?
I had at the time probably had 50 or 60 NES games. Sold them all, and that's how I got my Super Nintendo.
And the thing
That
is-
was the worst thing I ever did in my
and
life.
we always look back, like full-grown ass men, look back and be like, why'd I do that?
And you know what?
Why?
I got the Super Nintendo and I got Super Mario World. Loved the shit out of them. One of the greatest games ever. But then I didn't have like my whole NES
it's
collection.
through the passage of time that you grew like a greater appreciation for it. Because when you're younger, you don't think about, oh yeah, I want to keep this shit.
Because here's the problem. Here's what it used to be when we were kids. Now you would never think to do this. Oh, Double Dragon 2. Go out to Toys R Us, buy it, bring it home. You know what you did with this? Trash can.
Right in the fucking garbage.
And can you imagine? Look at this. Were we all fucking nuts? Look at that fucking art. Look
also,
at that.
One of the best covers in the entire world. I've said that multiple times, and it's one of the best in the entire series.
And I would have just thrown that in the garbage when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was an idiot.
Dude.
But a lot of people did that.
I still think about when I got Super Mario Bros. 3, when it was brand new. I mean, everybody fucking got Mario 3 whenever it came out, and you know what happened to that box? That's just packaging. That's all. That's how we viewed it, packaging.
I gotta tell you the story about Super Mario Bros. 3. Super Mario Bros. 3, my story about that was, when I was a kid, my mom was a stewardess. She went to Japan, brought home this. She got some, and it was the American version, by the way. Somehow she got it in Japan, brought it home, and this was like about a month before the game came out in the United States.
Yeah.
I was such an asshole. Like, don't ever do something like this, but I was a kid though. I brought the game to school and I'm like, woo, Mario Brothers 3!
And your face, motherfuckers!
That's exactly what I did, and that was awful of me, but like, that's what I did, and everybody was like, oh, can I come to your house and play it? And I'm like, no.
I'm like, you sure can. And they're like,
yeah. And then I went home and I played it myself. And
so you play it with yourself?
I played it myself all day long. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
No, dude, and you know what? There was so many times. There was always kids who, like way back in the day, it's sort of different now, but like, somebody would have the system nobody else had, so everybody would go to their house, and sometimes you'd have kids show up, weren't friends with you, they just want to be able to pick up, like, the controller, start playing, and be like, yeah, see you.
Yeah, see, I don't actually like you.
Yeah, I'm like, and then at school, they're like, oh yeah, how you doing? Fuck you. I'm like,
and you know what? That's why they didn't get to come back to my house to play it, because they didn't like me. They wanted to play the fucking game, so I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the game, because you don't like me.
Like, who has Super Mario Bros. 3? I'm pretty sure only me. And they're like, you son of a bitch, and be like, I am a son of a bitch with Super Mario 3.
And that's how I got the name Motherfucker Mike.
There you go. We found the fucking origins of Motherfucker Mike.
River City Ransom, what do you got to say?
River City Ransom, if you have never played it, mini review. Fuck it. Mini review. One of the best two-player games in the entire world on NES. It's one of the best beat-em-ups. It's one of the best two-player games. It's ridiculous. It's got RPG mechanics because you actually level up, learn new skills, and then you can actually do co-op, beat the shit out of each other, or do moves together, and then people just say words like barf. Because that's all they had to say. You punch them in the stomach, they yell barf, and then blink, go away, and become a bouncing coin.
You were telling me earlier that's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, this right here, one of the best fucking games in the entire world. I love it because that for me was the first beat 'em up I ever played.
All right, we've jumped down here to Super Nintendo games. We're just gonna check them out real quick. Let's scroll through and see if anything pops out. Have you ever played the original Super Mario Kart?
Oh, goddamn right. Dude,
opinions?
Mario Kart's amazing. All the Mario Karts are fun. That's one thing I can say about the series. They haven't made a bad Mario Kart. That's including like Game Boy Advance, GameCube.
That's probably true.
They're all fucking good. There's once people will say, "Oh, I don't like it as much," but no, Mario Kart is the shit. Dude, when that first came out, that was mind blowing. Like just seeing Rainbow Road for the first time, you're like, holy fuck.
This I would say is my number 2 favorite video game of all time. This version of it. I played Bootsy and I. That's what we did every fucking day in college. We fought each other. We did best of 4 Super Mario Kart matches, and we'd end it with the battle mode. I played this game in front of audiences. We went to the Screw Attack, like SGC thing, and Craig and all them, everybody came up when they were fighting me. Nobody could beat me, and then we started calling people out of the audience. Like, I played like 20 people. Nobody could fucking beat me. But this game, I'm like, not many people
shit of that.
Not many people can beat me at this game, and at least, especially the battle mode. The racing maybe, but the battle, forget it.
There's gonna be some people who are watching and they're just like, "I'm coming for you, motherfucker, Mike. I'm coming for you."
Well, you know what? That happened one time, and like,
Really?
there's this dude. This dude's like, I'm fucking the shit at this game, and I'm like, you sure you want to play me? He's like, yeah, I play it like all the time. I'm like, all right, and I got like a little intimidated. I'm like, okay, so this dude, he's like good. He played down. I like destroyed him in like 2 seconds. He was like, oh.
I'm like, so do you actually play, or did you just hear of the game?
He was pretty good, but like, it's like, This is the game I played more than like any other fucking game.
So you were like merciless about the shit. You were just like nothing but shells.
It was one of those things that I was kind of just like he's doing these moves, and I'm like, yeah, that was like 8 years ago. I know, like.
you know what? Because we have it right here, same fucking stack.
Donkey Kong Country.
Dude, man, when these came out, you love the shit out of these.
I love them.
Dude, these were
By the way, my favorite Wii game is Donkey Kong Country Returns.
That's so good.
Love that.
Oh my god. I still haven't gotten Tropical Freeze on Wii U.
It's good.
I know.
I like the Wii one better, but...
You think it's better?
I mean, they're both good.
I want to go and get that, but dude, the first time that this came out, I was like, I can't believe Super Nintendo looks like this. Like, it was literally
those games are fucking beautiful.
Yeah, oh yeah. And the music in them is like, you can actually like chill out and listen to the music, and it's kind of weird.
Oh, that's one of the most popular like gaming soundtracks of all time, is the Donkey Kong Country games.
It's really fucking good. But I mean, all three of them, I know some people will go and bitch that 3 isn't all that good, and I feel that 3 was a bit just kind of rushed. They just tossed it out there. But this one I liked, even though the Donkey Kong wasn't a main star in it, but I thought Dixie Kong was actually a cool character, because she controlled different, fucking hair whipping around everywhere. Like that game a bunch.
I'm wondering if you've played this game before for Super Nintendo.
No. Wait, dude, this... Okay, so
I'm gonna see how long it'll take to catch on. He got that pretty quickly.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Classic Kong, I'm like, wait a minute, so I'm assuming that... Oh man, that fucking art is badass. Holy shit. Mario looks like he's about to bust some fucking Kong nuts, man.
This is Classic Kong. It's a homebrew that somebody sent to me. It's regular Donkey Kong on a Super Nintendo cartridge.
Dude.
Mario All-Stars?
Mario All-Stars was such a big deal. And we could get this for free back in the day. All you had to do was send away for it. And that was it. You would get all 3 Mario games, including the Lost Levels, which was Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan. And that was it. And they looked better. This is like one of the best remakes I can think of. Like, it's so...
Oh, because it had the 16-bit graphics.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, so fucking good, man. Here, what else do you want to pick up?
That always, to be honest, that always kind of bothered me. Like, I kind of liked the 8-bit graphics because I felt it should be 8-bit.
Do you think that they should have had the option?
Yes. If there was the option, then yeah.
Dude, the thing that always burnt my ass was they had that Super Mario Brothers 25th Anniversary Collection on Wii, and it was just Super Mario All-Stars, and that's pretty much it. And I was like...
Right.
Where the fuck is the rest of my game? I'm like, I already have that. You just fucking sold me Super Mario All-Stars. And they're just like... So, that kind of sucked. I hope they have something better planned for 30th.
How about this game?
I mean...
Nobody likes that.
This game's alright. I think if they make a couple more, the series might go somewhere. But Final Fantasy 3, and somebody said like, oh, that's actually Final Fantasy 6. They don't know. Fuck them in numbers and shit. And what's this thing? A Moogle? Like, no one cares about that. And RPGs. What role are you playing other than a chump? Jesus. And somebody's gonna take me real serious and not realize I'm just like, nope, I'm in a canoe right now. Sarcasm. So do not take this serious. Now, this is my second favorite Final Fantasy ever. How big into RPGs are you?
Well, these games I love. This is my favorite Super Nintendo game.
Super Mario RPG. Super Mario RPG, have you played it?
Oh yeah, yes.
Super Mario RPG is amazing. I've actually been talking about this a lot lately because Nintendo apparently is interested in the idea of getting more RPGs out, and this is one of my favorites. And this was a collaborative effort between...
Oh, you think they should bring it back?
Yeah. And most people say, and they'll be like, no, Alpha, you have to understand that Paper Mario was the official sequel. No, I'm talking about an actual Super Mario RPG 2 made by
That's a
Nintendo.
good idea.
And it would sell so much because there's characters in this that are copywritten by Square Enix that Nintendo can't use. So that's why we haven't seen them show up in anything. So Gino, Malo, you won't see those characters in something else. So they have to be on the same page to have that. And if they said, tomorrow it's coming out for Wii U, fucking A, I will go and pre-order that shit right now. Because this game is just lots of charm, really fucking funny. I mean, you got to see, this was like one of the earliest times you got to see Bowser as a good guy. You weren't fighting him and dropping him into fucking lava, and he's just like chucking hammers out of his eyes for whatever reason. Then you run underneath him, and then he's just like, God damn it, foiled again.
You would think they would have done that already, cleared up those rights and put that out, because that's like a no-brainer.
It is, and the thing is, fans have been wanting it, and it's only gotten more popular over time. Just do it. You want to get more into RPGs? Super Mario sells, Square Enix knows RPGs, just do it.
You know what the problem is they redo it, they're going to be like, they're gonna turn Super Mario RPG into like you're painting the walls, or
God.
you're like,
Dude, if I get the fucking, from Super Mario Sunshine, get the fucking flood attachment, and then it's all like, God, I bet you weren't expecting me to be in the game, Mario. I'm just fucking everything up. And I'm just like, and now the camera's fucking me up. And no.
Super Mario RPG with new side character Tingle.
And he comes up and, oh my God.
Welcome to Super Mario RPG. My name's Tingle.
And his stupid face. Oh my God. And it'd be in high def this time.
Yeah. HD Tingle, and you control him with like a motion control. Like,
oh my.
That's what it would be today. So are you sure you want it? Because
now you're just talking me. Honestly, you're like, hey, how about this? You know that good idea? I'm gonna tell you why it's fucking awful.
I'm kind of selling you on
oh yeah, and now all of a sudden I'm just like want to go into a corner and start huddling.
Because I know what you're thinking of. What you're thinking of is not gonna be the reality.
I'm one of those like completely optimistic, hopeful motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like this could right. Very important word, could be so great. Let's go to reality now.
Yeah.
This could be shit.
It's like me. I can't wait for the new Legend of Zelda. Look at the trailer. Link looks like a woman, and I know I'm gonna be playing it with the Wii U gamepad. But I don't want to think that. I love Zelda. But I already, deep down, I know it's already gonna be a problem.
More control gimmicks.
Yeah.
Maybe I can have a stylus and do this to do a normal action that A did. Oh boy, this sounds fantastic. Said fucking nobody.
Nintendo is afraid to do the same thing, and they always have been. It's the problem with the fucking same thing is going on now that was going on originally. The original Legend of Zelda. God forbid they do the same thing for the second game, which they did with Link to the Past, and everybody loves Link to the Past. They made Zelda 2, and everybody's like, what the fuck's this shit? Same thing's going on now. Just make a good Zelda game like all the other Zelda games, but no, they have to fucking throw in some new gimmick because they're afraid that if they put out the same game, that people are gonna be like, oh, this is just the same game. They're so fucking afraid of that.
The truth is, sometimes something works.
Yeah.
Fucking run with it. And I'm not saying to like milk it, because I mean, they take their time with them. They release
take your time and make it good, but like, you can't. The thing is, the classic style Zelda games, they're perfect. You can't fix them because they're fucking perfect.
Dude, they have certain okay, to begin with, Legend of Zelda broke the adventure mold. Like, it is the adventure game. Somebody's like, oh, there's actually, I'm like, shh, how about this? Take a big can of shut the fuck up.
What about Adventure on Atari? It came before that.
No, there is building blocks.
And by the way, I'm the biggest Atari fan in the world, but Zelda, like, set the bar.
No, it did. It's like, okay, there's a starting point, you know, on Atari, but Legend of Zelda was like, no, this is how it's done.
Right,
like,
right.
yeah, that's pretty much it. But
Yeah,
they have certain like building blocks to the series which are essential. Always have these, and then everything else, you know, go from there. And sometimes they're like, nah, throw that shit out the window. We need to try something innovative.
How about a fishing rod?
Oh my God, that'd
Link
be
can
great.
fish.
Except for it's not Sega Bass Fishing.
Except that now it's not Zelda anymore because it's totally different fucking game.
Yeah, I want to go on an epic adventure. I want to go everywhere. Dude, I'm surprised it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
We had crossbow training. So
Yeah,
there's always that.
basically.
With that stupid fucking controller attachment.
Yeah.
Who the fuck thought that was comfortable?
Super Ganondorf Wii bowling.
Dude, yeah.
Oh! You know.
I'm surprised we won't have that. Like Wii Sports Zelda Edition.
Yeah.
And then everything
Oh,
just
it's
goes
coming. They're making it right now.
It is. And then it'll be Waggle City.